Greetings! Hello, I'm Dini, your coach, helping you delivering a day-to-day provoking questions to become a better you. You learn, you'll grow. Start from today. In this channel, I will read out loud the conversations between me and AI, a list of curated questions dedicated for those who are interested in organizational development, HR, and neuroscience. AI is a scholarly partner for you to have through discussions, as long as you already read, understand, and practice the subjects. This will be conducted in English, not in Bahasa, because AI could better understand and operate in this language. I hope you could learn something from each chapter or each questions I have and benefit from it. A delightful conversation with scholarly AI. Chapter 22, Corporate Culture. Part 2, Questions. 5. I reckon Shine has a psychology background, so he evaluates culture using his lenses, not to intervene or become too close with the subject. 6. I just heard emic approach. Can you tell me more, please? 5. I reckon Shine has a psychology background, so he evaluates culture using his lenses, not to intervene or become too close with the subject. A very astute observation. Edgar Shine's background in psychology, particularly in clinical psychology and social psychology, has indeed influenced his approach to understanding and evaluating organizational culture. As a psychologist, Shine is trained to observe and analyze human behavior, including the dynamics of groups and organizations. His approach to cultural analysis is characterized by a more detached, observational stance, which is typical of the social sciences. By maintaining a level of detachment, Shine aims to minimize his impact on the culture he is studying, thereby reducing the risk of influencing the very phenomenon he is trying to understand. This approach is often referred as ethic research, where the researcher maintains an outsider's perspective to gain a more objective understanding of the culture. In contrast, an emic approach, which is more common in anthropology and sociology, involves immersing oneself in the culture to gain a deeper, more subjective understanding of the cultural dynamics. Shine's psychological background and ethic approach have shaped his methodology for cultural analysis, which emphasizes observation, interviews, and surveys to gather data. His approach has been influential in the field of organizational culture and has helped to establish culture as a critical component of organizational success. 6. I just heard emic approach. Can you tell me more, please? The emic approach is a research methodology that is originated in anthropology, but is now widely used in various social sciences, including sociology, psychology, and organizational studies. Emic approach, definition and principles. The emic approach is a qualitative research methodology that involves immersing oneself in the culture or social context being studied. The term emic comes from the linguistic term phonemic, which refers to the study of sound patterns within a language. The emic approach is based on the following principles. 1. Insider's perspective. The researcher seeks to gain an insider's perspective on the culture or social context by immersing themselves in the daily lives and experiences of the participants. 2. Subjective experience. The researcher aims to understand the subjective experiences, meanings, and interpretations of the participants rather than imposing their own external framework or categories. 3. Contextual understanding. The researchers seek to understand the cultural or social context in which the participants live and work, including the power dynamics, social norms, and cultural values that shape their experiences. 4. Participatory methods. The researcher uses participatory methods such as participant observation, in-depth interviews, and focus groups to gather data and build relationships with the participants. AMIC approach, advantages and limitations. The AMIC approach has several advantages, including 1. Rich contextual data. The AMIC approach provides rich contextual data that can help researchers understand the complexities and nuances of social phenomena. 2. Insider's perspective. By gaining an insider's perspective, researchers can challenge their own assumptions and biases and develop a more nuanced understanding of the social context. 3. Empowerment. The AMIC approach can empower participants by giving them a voice and allowing them to share their experiences and perspectives. However, the AMIC approach also has some limitations, including 1. Subjectivity. The AMIC approach is subjective, and researchers may bring their own biases and assumptions to the research. 2. Limited generalizability. The AMIC approach is often focused on specific contexts or population, and the findings may not be generalizable to other contexts or populations. 3. Time-consuming. The AMIC approach can be time-consuming, as researchers need to build relationships with participants and gather data over an extended period. AMIC approach applications. The AMIC approach has been applied in various fields, including 1. Anthropology. The AMIC approach is widely used in anthropology to study cultural practices, social norms, and power dynamics. 2. Sociology. The AMIC approach is used in sociology to study social phenomena such as deviance, social movements, and inequality. 3. Organizational studies. The AMIC approach is used in organizational studies to study organizational culture, leadership, and change management. 4. Health research. The AMIC approach is used in health research to study health behaviors, health outcomes, and healthcare systems. I hope this provides a comprehensive overview of the AMIC approach.